Hi folks, welcome to the second video in chapter 5. And in this video, we're going to take a look at question number 4 in the My Open Math homework. Okay, I know these questions are kind of tricky, and I know some of you have asked for a little bit more straightforward hints on how to do some of these homework questions. So I thought this week we would just go through a couple examples and hopefully that'll help you out. Okay, so in question 4, the version I have says a bus comes by every 13 minutes. The times from when a person arrives at the bus stop until the bus arrives follows a uniform distribution from, and I'm going to highlight some important stuff right here, from 0 all the way to 13 minutes. Okay. And so what I've highlighted here right now is already saying I know what my A and my B are. So we have A is 0 and B is 13. Okay. All right. Continue reading. The person arrives at the bus stop at a randomly selected time, round to 4 decimal places when possible. Okay, so the mean of this distribution, we know that's that letter mu, equals A plus B divided by 2. And in so this case, we have 0 plus 13 divided by 2. We type that into our calculator and we get 6.5. And so there's no rounding necessary. We can just type in 6.5, okay? That means on average, someone will wait 6.5 minutes for a bus to come by, right? Now, to find the standard deviation, that's that funny looking symbol, like a 0 with a line on top. We call that sigma, equals the square root of b minus a squared over 12. And that's always going to be our formula for a standard deviation in a uniform distribution, okay? And same thing as before, we kind of plug in our numbers, 13 minus 0 squared over 12. And when I type that all into the calculator, I do get something I'm going to need to round. So 3.75277. And there's a bunch more numbers. But I want to just say we're going to draw the line here because we only want to put in 4 decimal places. But if we type in 3.7527, we're going to be incorrect, right? This means that 7 after the blue line means we need to round the number before up. So 3.7528, and that should give you the correct answer. Okay, so again, if I had typed in 3.7527, wrong answer, but when I round correctly, I get the right answer. All right, so the rest of these questions are all looking at probabilities. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a diagram for each one of them. Okay, and we're going to start here with our diagram for C. So we have our x-axis here, and we know that our A and B values are 0 all the way to 13, right? And we know that if we're trying to find our area, that's going to give us our probability, okay? And so recall from the last video that area equals length times height, all right? And in this case, I know that the length of this rectangle that I'm looking for is really from 9 to 13, okay? And so I can actually write that the length is 13 minus 9. And then to get the height, we use the formula 1 over b minus a. And so we have 1 over 13 minus 0. Okay. We plug that all into the calculator and we get 0.30769. And we think very carefully about how we need to round. We see that that number after the blue line is a 9, so we have to round up, and we should get 0.3077. okay? And what that number means is that the probability a person will wait more than 9 minutes for a bus is about 30%. It's like a little bit more than 30% chance, okay? All right, part D says, suppose that the person has already been waiting for 2.9 minutes. Find the probability that the person's total waiting time will be between 5.6 and 8.7 minutes. And so this, I'm going to put that diagram off to the side, but this one is a conditional probability, okay? And it's a conditional probability because I know that I've already been waiting. That's going to change the height of my rectangle. And then I want to find out the total waiting time between 5.6 and 8.7. Okay. So if I think about this in steps, all right, first step here, I have to go ahead and find the new height, okay? And to do that, I'm going to just draw a little diagram so we can kind of see what we're looking at, all right? And since the person's already been waiting for 2.9 minutes, that's actually now the start of our rectangle. And we know that on average, or, a bus comes by every 13 minutes. So that's the ending piece. But our new height is going to be 1 over b minus the new a, or 1 over 13 minus 2.9, which should give us 1 over 10.1. And I'm just going to leave it as 1 over 10.1 because, again, the more decimals I round, the more issues I run into when I'm trying to type in the correct answer, okay? Now, step 2 is going to be to find the new length, okay? And our length in this case is going to be from 5.6 to 8.7, because I want to find the area of that red rectangle, okay? And so when we put that in, 8.7 minus 5.6 will give us a new length of 3.1, okay? Now we take our height and we multiply it by our length. That's going to give us our new area. And when we find that out, so step 3, height times length, and that's going to give us, when I type that into the calculator, 30693. And I notice that the number after that fourth line is smaller than 5. So if I type in 0.3069, I will get the correct answer, 0.3069, okay? All right, last but not least, it says 49% of all customers wait at least how long for the train? All right, so if we're looking at 49% of the customers, okay, what that really means is that our area, so area equals length times height, our area is really 1 minus 0.49, okay? Because we're really looking for the 51st percentile. And our length, that's what we don't know. We don't know how long they're going to wait, but our height is that 1 over 13 from the original problem, okay? So if I take this, I'm going to get 0.51 equals 1 over 13L. I'm going to multiply 13 to both sides, and I end up with 6.63 minutes, Okay, what that means is 49% of all customers wait at least 6.63 minutes for a bus to arrive. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to talking with you.